Hello, this is Tarregor. This video is a Twitch stream that was not edited, so it's going to look like a Twitch stream. Well, actually, it's a re-recording of it because I botched the introduction. But anyway, welcome to my vision of World of Warcraft Classic Plus. The design direction of my vision of Classic Plus is substantially different from that of retail WoW, Turkish Shadowlands, and the private servers, Vanilla Plus Internal WoW. This is partially because this aims to fix Vanilla WoW's many problems first, flesh out and polish it second, and add new content third. This is part of a playlist of videos. Check this video's description for a link to the playlist. The document displayed is my vision of World of Warcraft Classic Plus, and the document's version number is 1.5.15. All versions of the document are based upon patch 1.12.2 of World of Warcraft, the one before the Burning Crusade pre-patch in 2006. If you just want to know about the general design direction of my vision of Classic Plus before you otherwise look into this, then watch the introduction video on this playlist, or view the document yourself and look at the list of major features. The link to the document is in my channel's About page. That, and I do not have a team of people working with me or however the fuck to make an actual private server out of this. This is all pure design as far, and it ain't done yet. These display changes made to Maraudon, Ragefire Chasm, and Razorfen Crawl do not concern what drops from these three dungeons, nor things such as NPC hit points, NPC damage, or NPC pathfinding, nor some quest changes. Those are covered in different parts of this document that I'll be covering in different videos. However, it is still worth briefly mentioning that elite NPCs in general, and not just in dungeons, are going to hit a lot harder and have a lot more hit points, and they will be able to run up 180-degree slopes, so walls, to chase players around without evade bugging. It is also worth mentioning that almost every damaging crowd controlling AoE spell, item, and buff that is available to players was nerfed to have a hard target cap, a la Thunderclap, Whirlwind, and War Stomp, of 6 targets per spell cast or tick. Furthermore, all elite mobs in the game are being buffed so that movement speed slows have a lesser effect against them, by what I do not mean a lower duration or chance to resist the debuffs. Because of these changes and other changes, you're not going to be able to successfully do any spell cleaving or melee cleaving, and unless you sorely outlevel the dungeon, you will not be able to AoE farm it either. 60 does not kind of sorely outlevel it in the case of Maraudon, but that's for RFK probably. You should expect to have to actually use some marks in dungeons, and for the tank to actually use a shield if you ain't a druid. Now then, onto the actual changes made to Maraudon, Ragefire Chasm, and Razorfen Crawl. First up, Maraudon. 2 nerfing means of farming gold without having to compete for it. Princess Sarados' default movement speed will be increased to 160% of normal movement speed, and the range of the spell, Boulder, will be increased to 40 yards, and she will only use Dust Cloud when at least one humanoid on our aggro table is in range. And if Dust Cloud does no damage to the humanoid for 2 seconds, then she will cancel it early. If she uses Dust Cloud on set or semi-randomized timers, I forget if she does or not, then waiting to use Dust Cloud will not reset the timer anymore. The NPC called Stalled Snapjaw, the turtles in the waterfall, will know rank 6 bite when tamed instead of rank 2 in bite. According to EKA, something as of the mid-2000s, they gave rank 2 a bite when tamed, so yeah. As of Vanilla WoW, in fact. And it's a pretty reliable source to me. Anyway, landslides ads will no longer grant experience or drop loot in order to cut down on sources of non-competitive income. And you may no longer bypass the level requirement to enter Maraudon by entering via the Scepter of Celebros. And change that to can't. And the one Ragefire Chasm change. Tarregor and Hunger and Baslan will be classified as demons instead of humanoids. For some fucking reason, Vanilla classified them as humanoids. I just don't really get that. Razorfen Crawl changes. Somewhere in the Barrens is a female orc. Her brother went to fight Quillbor in Razorfen Crawl, but he died and she doesn't know it yet. She gives the Horde a quest to go to RFK and look for him. His skeleton is in Agam Thorncruise's pen, after which point he can loot his corpse to find some item, not part of the skeleton, and then bring it back to the quest giver. Quest item. Just want to specify that part. And then bring it back to the quest giver to receive some gold experience and some item level 32 green item. Character level 27 equivalent. This gives the Horde a reason to kill Agam Thorncurse without me having to buff Thornspike from being a white item to being a blue item, or even a green item. You'll no longer be able to find blue leaf tubers on the bridge before the back caves. By the bridge in this case, I mean the bluffs that the bridge is constructed on. I think I can call them bluffs. The pillars. The pillars the bridge is constructed on. The pillars themselves will not have blue leaf tubers anymore, just the ground beneath the pillars, and therefore beneath the bridge. Anyway, the left half and bottom part of Razorfen Crawl will have their level ranges be increased to that of the rest of the dungeon. Rugug's Vial of Floxen will be used for a new quest that offers green quest rewards for the Vial of Floxen, and the Brutal/Fireheart armor quest chains, that is the armor for the quest change for the special level 20-ish blue warrior armor that gives you 30 rage when you use it. The quest change for those armors will instead ask for a quest item from Dungarok or Dungarok respectively, instead of having to get a Vial of Floxen from Razorfen Crawl, you're going to have to go to Dungarok or Dungarok to get something else. Anyway, and the escort quests and Blue Leaf Tuber quests will offer accordingly better rewards. And then the level of Tarregor Razor Flank will be lowered from 37 to 33, so that the player base does not collectively overlevel themselves for most of the dungeon before doing it. Yes, there are a lot of players that actually do that stuff, in case you weren't aware of it, or just forgot about it. It has been something like 3 years after all. However, she will be buffed in other ways to be much harder to beat as compensation. As compensation for her level being lowered. And those are all the changes I got so far from Maraudon, Rage Fire Chasm, and Razorfen Crawl. Thanks for watching.